Yo, what's up, everybody? You're tuned into Let's Talk About It with Cha-Cha and the unstoppable Run It Back crew. Get ready for high-octane discussions, epic stories, and non-stop energy. Let's get it started.
All right, America fans and subscribers, welcome to another episode of Let's Talk About It.
Who comes out a winner? Me. Griffin once again. Undefeated champion of the world.
All right, y'all know what it is. He's always in the building. Cha-Cha, he's here with another episode of Let's Talk About It. So, I've been following this story closely. So my story today is about 3 young men that have been committing hate crimes. That's what they've charged them with.
Yeah.
A hate crime. They've been going to this spot was a movie theater, and they just jumping people of color for no reason. Well, we know the reason, but we'll let them sort that out in court. But it went on in August, and it got posted on Facebook. That's the entitlement of it. That's the entitlement of it, thinking that you just gonna do you and post it and think, the internet is undefeated. Period.
Yeah,
the internet is just undefeated. So much. I don't know, but they're youth, and that high schoolers, and that tells a story. And so they finally have been charged. So I want to get into that. The storyline is teens sentenced in hate crime attack outside Simi Valley movie theater. So it's been going on in California. So let's get into it. Well, before we get into it, I want to get you all's opinion. The Run It Back crew. What do you consider a hate crime?
Anything malicious against a party that doesn't deserve it.
Okay.
And that is solely based off of something that they don't like about a set person or a set group of people.
Right. Okay. What do you think, Mr. Omega? That was Javi, by the way.
Yeah, it was me.
I'll say prejudice-induced crimes.
Okay.
Perfectly said. I couldn't find the word.
Right. Prejudice induced. What about you, D-Lo?
I mean, they said it perfect. That's the only way I can. That's the only way I can say what it is.
And the only reason why I ask is because there's always a fine line between that for some reason in the courts. Even when they get charged with something, it's lesser than a hate crime, or that state may not have a hate crime implemented in the system to where, so now you have people lobbying, let's get this hate crime bill passed because we think that that's the only way that they're going to figure this thing out as far as, consequences. Right. And so, and even with this, I feel like, there's going to be some type of pushback. To why it was not a hate crime. It was not based on, like you all said, prejudice, or like what you were saying, a hate crime can be based off of gender, race, nationality, religion, exactly, sexuality, yeah, and sometimes
lack of any of those.
Yeah, and they fight it, but it looks like that in this situation, the system has served its purpose. I don't know. We're going to get into it because they have been sentenced, and we're going to see what the sentence was. So let's get into it. So,
they've went through the whole court process.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, period.
Yeah, because it went on in August, and it just got.
I love a good story ending.
Yeah. Because like I said, I've been following this, and I've seen the videos. It was horrible. I seen them for no reason. You targeting. Yeah, they're alive. Yeah.
Oh no, are they online? The
Are they
videos
online?
still?
Yeah.
I wonder
yeah.
if they're on Facebook because we can share it to the actual page. If I find out, I'm sure I'm to you.
Yeah, you can find it on YouTube. Simi Valley.
Viewers' discretion is advised.
Right. Sensitive. Yeah, you can find. Like I said, I've seen it a few times.
Sensitive content.
Maybe even a TV news station might play it back to a certain. They might blur out some stuff because it was
brutal.
Oh boy, yeah, it was too many of them. Yeah, and if they say 3, I always feel like it was more. It seems like it's more, but anyway,
like, where my gun at?
Like, man. So the 3 minors charged with hate crimes in a parking lot assault at the Simi Valley Regal Cinema in August have all been sentenced. The Ventura County District Attorney's Office announced on Friday last week. Hate crimes will not be tolerated in Ventura County. District Attorney Eric Nasarenko said, "We sought out justice for our victims and accountability for the offenders that reflected the seriousness of these crimes. Multiple months of custody in a locked juvenile facility underscores the seriousness of their crimes." So they have been locked up in juvenile detention. So their age lets you know they're at least 17 and below.
Yeah,
at least 17 and below. So they've been locked away.
Not necessarily because 17.
I think 18.
17, they can push it.
Okay. And is that based off a specific state?
Yeah,
it may be.
Right, because it's what it said. They've been in juvenile, and I know sometimes they let them sit there and rot until they turn 18 to get them. They'll let them sit there. Yeah, they'll let them sit there. Like, oh no, you're not gonna get away.
Or they'll go ahead and charge them as an adult if they're 17, and go ahead and hold them. And then come back and sentence them again.
They'll still hold them until they turn 18.
That's what they do. Remember, I work at the court.
Well, no,
they'll let you sit in jail, and then when you turn 18, they have to resentence you as an adult for the same crime. Yep. They'll just put that time into the adult court and give you the time that you served in the.
So pay attention, America.
In the children's jail.
Right. So pay attention, yo. Just because they underage, they are not safe. They gonna get that work. They gonna get that because they got that work. Exactly.
They gonna get their money.
So out of the 3, the final one, he was sentenced on Wednesday, November the 13th. The unidentified minor sentenced Wednesday received the longest term. This is the one that tried to fight it because I think. From what I have been researching, the other 2 just went on and pled guilty. I think they were like, yeah, we did it, And this one, the one that finally got sent, he tried to fight it, and he finally got sentenced. Probably the one that they
threw under the bus. He probably the one that started everything.
Yeah.
Well, that and the 2, they probably cut a deal. And if you try to fight it, they'll give you the maximum of what they can do if you lose.
And we looking at the death penalty. That's what they be trying to pull on you.
But see, and this is this might piss you off. So the unidentified minor Wednesday, November the 13th, received the longest term, 270 days, including 240 days in a locked juvenile facility and 30 days under electronic monitoring. So he's still gonna and that's what we're saying. Juvenile. The other 2 minors were sentenced to 240 days with 210 in juvenile facility.
9 months.
Yeah, and 30 days. So they get to come out, but they have to be under electronic monitoring. So they still are going to have to adhere to the law. They're not going to be able to kick it on the weekends and all that. Which, as a team, that's stings. All you get. That stings.
Do they get their cell phones? Can we put that in there that they don't even get cell phones?
Exactly. I mean, and that's on the parenting. All 3 minors were also ordered to participate in the Harm to Healing Restorative Justice Program at the Anti-Defamation League program. So they putting them to work. And you
know what I would do?
What's that?
I would have made them go and help take care of the boys they fucked up.
Exactly. Exactly. And
now
and
you gotta look at the person you beat up all
Yep.
this time and let they rage just marinate through their body and chill.
And after criminal court, the families could seek punitive damages. Could turn into something civil.
And will.
Yeah, I think they should. Simi Valley, they got money.
Oh yeah, definitely.
On August the 1st, the 3 minors were among a group of 5 juveniles who approached another group of teens and engaged in an argument that escalated into assaults against 3 victims in the parking lot of the Simi Valley Regal Cinema.
I was like, so they just run up, get done up is what they
Yeah. One victim was punched in the jaw, another was pushed to the ground and stomped on. A third victim was confronted with racial slurs, chased, surrounded, and repeatedly punched, officials said.
I bet you they wasn't doing that in the hood.
Man, no, that's why
in Tijuana.
they pick their
from the movie
spots. They
theater.
pick their spots, and see that's the thing, and that's why they say on here it says an argument ensued, but I think that they provoked the argument.
Oh yeah,
Oh, they were just starting shit.
they were out
Right.
looking for trouble.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They just they found the wrong one. They found the right one, I guess.
One of the victims then ran toward the cinema food court where he was surrounded and beaten again. Like, I've seen the video, so I didn't see the beginning, but they never had a chance. And that's why I say they say it's 5, but it looks like more. There was a lot more there. Maybe the video just shows they're just going by the ones that inflicted the harm, but there was some more there that were, provoking it and getting in. Yeah, they were saying their 2 cents, and so it was more than just 3. It was more than just 3.
They knew they couldn't take them just by one-on-one. They had to. That's crazy.
The victim, 18-year-old Michael Robinson, spoke out about the incident several days later. He said, "They still caught me when they caught me. They decided they were going to put my head in the trash can and proceed to hit me in the back of my head," Robinson said. Video of the assault, which circulated widely on social media, prompted community outrage and concern. One minor recorded part of the assault while repeatedly using racial slurs, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It was more that was a part of it.
Yeah.
And he's the one that record, and that's the entitlement. They think that, ain't nothing is gonna happen, or they think that look what we did,
Let's go viral.
Yeah, there it is. That part. Racial slurs, including the N-word. The attack left Robinson with cuts, bruises, and a chipped tooth. Robinson said that by sharing his story, he hopes to raise awareness and prevent similar attacks. He says, "I forgive the attackers, but there are consequences to your actions," he said. And so
y'all going jail.
Yeah, he's gonna forgive him, but I understand that, and at the end of the story, I'm gonna get into the forgiveness part because that's hard. You got jumped, but he's like, I'm gonna forgive them. I don't think he forgives them truly, but I'll talk about that. We'll talk about it. Let's see. The 2 remaining minors involved in the case were not charged with a hate crime. See. According to the DA's office, their cases are scheduled for continued arraignment. So there was more than 3, like I was saying, that have lesser charges. Like I said, there were a lot of people. Involved, and so they did some stuff. And so they got charged with something later than a hate crime. And so today, at November 21st and December the 3rd is when they go to court. So I will have to continue to follow this.
Please do, and keep us posted.
Yeah, I'm going to continue to follow this, but that's all it has right now. Because what else can be said? There's 3 that have been charged. They like you said, 9 months. So let me get into the forgiveness part. Because I think that's important, because there's going to be a lot of back and forth as far as even the victim when possibly people of color, and maybe not of color, that disagree with it will say, I wouldn't forgive them for shit. You know, and so my thing is right.
I would have whooped this motherfucking ass
Right.
as soon as I was healed.
And it's hard. And it's hard when you did nothing wrong. But I want America to understand what forgiveness is about when it comes to something of this nature. Forgiveness is not it is about forgiving them, but it is to free yourself. It is to free yourself, because if you don't forgive them, you carry that with you, and it changes you. It changes you. I mean, it's going to change them anyway. I mean, and who's to say that they just haven't been dealing with this anyway? This is not anything new, because I've read a lot of stuff where people have said that they do this, that once they were identified, like, oh, well, that's what they do, but just so happened now they got a video. And so it's not something that's going to go away, but now.
As far as like, when you say it won't go away, do you mean like as far as like people doing that, or do you
No, the victims, emotionally and mentally.
Yeah.
When I say
they
forgiveness,
never be able to go out to a college bar again, because it's a whole bunch of white men in a circle.
Right. And that's
I would be like triggered.
Right.
I am blowing this place up.
Right. So say that again. Say that again. You be what? Triggered?
Triggered. Yeah.
Right. And so that is the purpose of forgiveness. Forgiveness is to allow you to continue to live your life and not be triggered. Because at the end of the day, if you're triggered, you don't know what that's going to bring out of you. And you end up suffering consequences, because trust and believe, if you do something, in response to somebody else, and then you use that as your defense, they're not buying it. They're not buying it, because they're going to say you could have sought help, you could have did this. And so it's a fine line. And so I'm happy that he said that he forgives them. I don't totally believe it. I think, at his age that, maybe somebody was in his ear and let him know this is the best route to go.
This is what you need to say.
Right. That too.
But when you healed, we gonna find him up.
Right. And that's the thing.
And get justice on her.
And that's the thing. I'm gonna tell you, I struggle with that, because even at my age, there are some situations that I've gone through that I have not healed from. And I'm like, if I run into this, I don't know what I'm gonna do, because you look back and not in this situation, because they were outnumbered.
Yeah.
But in certain situations, I can, you play it back in your head and you say, why didn't I do this? I should have done that. Because as you get older, you're like, you might even get more courageous. You might become more courageous. Like, for example, you could be that person that says, back then you like, I want to live. But today, a few months later, you be like, I'll die for this. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to have to carry that. And so I understand the forgiveness part, but it's a struggle. It's a struggle, and I hope that no one, beats that victim up for taking that stance.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, if you have your own opinion of how you would deal with it, then keep it there. Yeah. But don't knock him for making that choice. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because he doesn't need that. Because no telling how long, he's been going through that. Like I said, these guys have been doing this regularly. It's not, like I said, once they figured out who it was, like I said, I've been following this, and they were like, that's nothing new. We've been trying to tell people that would listen about this, and it doesn't have to be at a movie theater, where they've been doing it. And that's the thing, especially with this administration, and I'm gonna keep it light on that. But this younger generation has been given a voice of negativity. Right, there it is. I say that again. Yes, sir. And they
hate fueled.
Lack of understanding of the consequences, especially posting it. And then you have one that his dad is part of the police force. So he really feel like he was protected.
Yeah, and trust and believe that is going to be the hardest 9 months in their lives, because people will ask them what they did to get there, or they're people in there going to know.
I'll give you a better analysis.
They will handle it their way.
When they go, there might be people that's in there,
ready to
young
whoop
men.
it.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Like they'll ask, like people in there, they'll ask. No, that's what I'm saying. Like
No, I mean-
they'll
the
ask,
people in
like
there see
people
the
in there,
news.
they'll ask
Right.
why they're in there, and they'll
Or do they not let them see the news?
yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
Because
so
of the
they're
people that
ready.
would be possibly coming into the facility.
I don't know.
Like local news, I don't know if they let them see that. That's
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to ask my inside intelligence what they get to see and what they don't get to see.
Yeah, but here's another angle. What if somebody that's in there has dealt with them, not heard the story, but know them from personal experience, and like, okay, the tables have turned. Now you ain't got all 20 of your boys.
The endless
I
what
want to
ifs.
play a game.
Yeah, or maybe they have some inside
Exactly, a
connections
family
too,
member.
and
Have to
they're
take a
like,
shower eventually.
Yeah, all of that.
this
All of
person's
that.
coming.
It's going to be a humbling situation, you know, and yeah, their entitlement might not be able to save them, or they, you know, and maybe it will. But you know, even with what their sentence was, they still have to walk a fine line, because now they're marked.
Yeah.
They're marked, and so whatever's in your heart,
Yeah.
you know, you might have to go on and put that sheet over your head if that's who you want to continue to be.
Big facts.
Go ahead, but just know, we see you now, and you are on paper. You know, so I mean, this, you know, I don't wish death on anybody or anything like that, and my hope is that they do change for the better. But not only because, racism is bad, but because, everybody deserves a chance to live freely. Everybody deserves a chance to live freely, and you shouldn't take that away from them. A person should be able to go to the movies. A person should be able to go to the grocery store. A person should be able to go anywhere and not have to deal with that potential, right?
Yeah.
People shouldn't
Exactly.
Sorry.
And that's
People
my
shouldn't have to
point.
be in
And
fear.
so,
But people have also made like safe spaces like a dirty word nowadays,
yeah.
which theoretically, like if, we're secure and everything, then most places should be safe, should they not?
Yeah, yeah. And so, and let me make this clear, American, that I'm not limiting this to one particular race. All people should be able to walk freely. So if it's people of color, of a certain gender, nationality that feel a certain kind of way because of even how they've been handled, if you feel that way, why would you make somebody else feel that way?
Yeah. Exactly.
That in this country is not going to survive, or we're not going to be able to survive
Yeah.
on this world if we
Yeah.
don't start working together. If we
Yeah.
don't come together,
Yeah,
we are on this planet as one. And
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what creed, race, whatever,
right.
whatever.
Because the thing
whatever
is,
background
it
you
could
have,
be
it don't
us.
even matter.
It could easily be us. It could be you, D-Lo. It could be you coming from the store and a group of
easy.
people of color just mess with you because of your race. You know what I'm saying? And you don't deserve that. Right.
And it happens all the time.
It happens
I
all
mean,
the time.
I had it happen
so
when I was growing up.
America, don't think I'm limiting this
it happens
to
all the
just
time.
this one situation based on the color of the victims and the color of the suspects. So that everybody deserves to be able to walk out of their house and live their life.
There was people in my life that did exactly what those boys did, and I was actually a witness to it. The start of it. Let me not say a witness to it. A witness to the start of it, and I turned around and ran.
There you go. Hey.
Like I ran all the way home. My mom wasn't home, but I really wasn't. I'm not a snitch, or so I didn't say anything. But at the same time, when I seen that happening, when I seen the first person from my crew hit the person that didn't know what's going on, like. So let me give you a scenario. The person was sitting on their porch cracking walnuts with a rock. Literally, no exaggeration. This story is all true. And some people I was with just ran straight up, one kicked them in the face, and they just started. I turned around and bolted. I'm out. I don't want no parts of that. And then there was another instance with that same group of people where we were walking to the store, and there was a guy coming back from the store, and he had like a 24 pack he was carrying in his hand. And you know, they beat him up and took his beer. Nobody knew who he was. Didn't have beef with anybody. Never said, didn't even speak English. It was a Hispanic man. Didn't even speak English. Didn't know what was going on. Didn't even know it was going to happen.
That's horrible.
Like,
that's horrible.
I'm not friends with those people to this day. Like, we don't have nothing in common. We don't have any of the same goals.
Right.
Our mindsets are completely different.
Good for you. Good for you.
And that's why you still live where we lived when we was kids. Because that's what you chose to do.
Yeah.
That's the consequences of your actions. You're never going to get up from where you at because you too focused on trying to put other people down.
Yeah. And that's why I say that my hope is that these young men that are being punished, that they change for the better, not for themselves, but for the people that they
are affecting.
Yes, because nobody deserves that. Nobody deserves that. I mean, you have people, you know, these young people, you know, like you see these videos where the two guys that were riding in a car hit the older guy, the senior citizen who was just riding his bicycle, and they're recording it saying, "We're underage, nothing is going to happen to us." And they sideswiped him and he died. And then they went on down the road and hit a couple of other people that lived. And so, you know, and that man was just out on a bike ride, you know, and they just rode up on him and hit him.
Yeah, I mean, and this is how messed up this world has become, because one, you have people that are quick to pull up their cameras and start recording instead of helping, right? And then on the other hand, you have people that will sue the person that helped them. Like there was a lady I was watching. There was a show I was watching that was going through like you know, what happens to Good Samaritans and stuff like that. And this lady was there was a big flood that came through and trapped her and her baby in her car. And this dude climbed down the bridge, took a rope, climbed down the bridge, got her and her baby away from the car just enough time before the water took it away. The lady turned around and sued him because he wasn't an official.
I'll give you another one that just that I've been following to piggyback off what you're saying. There's a young man that found a wallet. It had $2,000 in it. And he had to drive, and I can't remember. It's something, the number is 20 miles, 20 hours, something, 20 minutes, something. And he returned the wallet. He's seen the address. He called them, whatever, they didn't answer. And he drove to their address. And he's the owner of the wallet sued because they said, no, it should have been 3,000 or 4,000. Where's the rest of my money? And he sued him and he took him to court. And it just got there was a final decision by the judge, and the judge said, "I'm not going to punish this man for being a good Samaritan." That's crazy. That's crazy that this man, and so he didn't win. But like you said, that's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy. And so because the thing is that why would he only take some and not all? And on top of that, and right.
And bring it back.
That's where we are. That's where we are. And that's crazy. Sue him. And so now this person has to question his ability to be a Samaritan just because of that. And that's crazy to me. But anyway, that's my let's talk about it. Does anybody want to add any final say on this or anything from hearing this?
Like I said, we just we really gotta treat each other better. You know what I mean? Like we live here together. Like these little pay differences should not. I'm not really, you know what I mean? Like I don't want that taken out of context, but it just, I don't want, like, these things should not be taken, should not be happening because of these certain things.
Right. And
like,
I don't have to
be
speak
able
to you
coexist
when I walk
together.
past you, but I don't have to harm you either.
Yeah, I don't want to be in fear if we see some people out and about and look like they.
It's crazy, but
I see.
So
this
it
is
just.
the thing. This story has been happening for years.
Yeah,
it's not anything new. It's just newly televised.
Yeah,
it's just newly brought to the front,
right?
Because people don't give a fuck no more. This younger generation, hell, even our generation, they just don't care anymore. So it's nothing new, but at the same time, it shouldn't be taken lightly. Right. I feel like 9 months over something that y'all premeditated,
right,
is crazy. But I hope this is a warning to people that decide that they want to go out and do that and try to get famous off of something that's so vile and disgusting.
It is.
I just, it's going to take a while for people to start to realize, but
consequences.
The more harm you do, the more hurtful it is. Like, and it sounds like common sense, but at the same time, like, I don't think people really understand that.
The overall,
like everybody wants everybody to get along, and everybody wants to be peaceful. And why doesn't this group of people like this group of people? This is the exact reason, because you have people out there like this that don't allow the blend to happen.
Right. They made a choice. Exactly.
Parents, pay attention to your kids.
Yeah. Good point. So, thank you all for listening. Hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And we'll keep it going. And this is a Cha-Cha, 1/4 of the running back crew with D-Lo, Omega, and Javi, and we out.
Laters.
Deuces.
Peace.